Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. HSP trucks on the channel without any wheels. So these are the stock tires, which are really like super soft. And yeah, they're not bad. You know, they're not like awesome, but they're not bad. They're stock ready to run tires. So today I got in my Austar tires. These are called original factory team parts, and these have super swampers pre-installed on all alloy beadlock rims. I got these from Bang Good for like 50 bucks Canadian. So that was a pretty sweet deal, I think. We're gonna find out. We gotta open up the package first. So we'll see what we get for our 50 bucks. You can pay like 50 bucks just for beadlocks, you know, so it's kind of like, well. And these things are heavy, like each tire, that weighs up. So if you're looking for more weight without affecting suspension, these are definitely going to give you, because they are weighted pretty good, so. And they're really nice aluminum rims. Did a really nice job building these things. The big thing that I really like about them is you got like 6 screws, and that's it. And they're all in the middle of the hub here. So you don't have like a bazillion screws out here. It's just like 6 screws and it all comes apart. So that's kind of cool. Now these are likely, of course, not your licensed super swampers, like the TSL super swampers, but they are nonetheless actual super swampers. I've compared these against the super swampers on my Losi, the super swampers on our Gen 8s, and the tread is identical. So, and they do say rocks tire and then super swamper. So it's kind of like cool. So first thing you always got to do, especially with something like this, before you put it on, is check and make sure the screws are all snug. So we're going to snug them up first, make sure they're good. There's one that was a little bit. Because you don't want to just throw something on, go start playing, and then things fly apart on you, because that really would suck. So you're going to actually need a 1.5 millimeter Allen wrench, or in this case an Allen handle wrench. Now in the pictures it didn't show pisser holes. That's what I call them anyways. But apparently they do have pisser holes. So I might actually go in and block those off if I decide to drive in water. But I got these for the HSP because I really don't like the stock tires that well. They just don't seem to have the grip that I think they should have anyway. Now you don't want to over tighten these things, only because you are going metal to metal, which is fine, but you want them snug. You don't want to reef them, because these are small screws and you can snap a screw head on these if you're not careful. So just make sure they're snug, and that's it. And they won't back off on you, so don't worry. And you really do need that actual perfect 1.5 millimeter Allen wrench. And make sure you push down and turn at the same time, because otherwise, if you're not pushing down enough, you could actually strip the heads. So there's 2 things there to watch out for. Now, if I remember right, super swampers are unidirectional, I think. Just looking at the way the patterns go here. They're directional. I think it looks like it. on this way. Yeah, so yeah, they are actually directional. Wow, that's a precision fit there. Yep, that went on the hex fine. Wow, that's a really... That is definitely a really precise fit. You know what? We're gonna have to modify these holes a little bit. Alright, yep, definitely have to modify these holes a little bit. So, let me go get my drill and stuff, and then we'll come back and we'll actually drill these holes, because that is way too precise of a fit. They're just really hard to put on. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so the drill bit you're going to need is actually a 5/32. I compared it to the stock tire, okay, and that's a perfect fit. These are definitely not 5/32. They are actually 9/64. So somebody didn't quite drill these right. So you're going to have to do a slight little modification, which is only minor. That quick. Just a smidge. Okay. So, get this stuff out of the way. Alright, now I gotta find our two tires again. Okay. Yep. There you go. Absolutely perfect now. Look at that. Too easy. I think I'm gonna have to order in some alloy hub nuts too while I'm at it. They are on my wish list. That ain't good. That's a given. Should have ordered them last night. Never thought of it. It's like, huh. Oh well. For now, the plastic ones will do. We're gonna have more metal upgrades yet for this truck. Okay. Even though these do go on this side, I want to make sure that I got the same direction of pattern. So that outside goes that way. Bingo, bingo, bango. So this one. That goes that way. That should be that way. That would be. So I'm going to have to switch these two rims around. Alright. I'm going to switch the treads on these two, and then I'll be back. Somebody installed them backwards. Alright, so we got the two tires flipped around the way they need to be now. I wanted to show you this, the difference between these Swamper tires and the stock ones, just to give you a pretty good idea of height differentials here. So the Super Swampers are just a bit smaller in diameter over the stock, and as far as the widths go, they're pretty identical. They're pretty darn identical as far as widths go. Just the heights are a little bit different, so they're just a little bit shorter in height, which is good because that's what I wanted too. I'm trying to get this thing lowered a bit more to the ground. So this actually makes the truck look like it's jacked up more than what it really is, but that's okay. I've got some shorter shocks on their way in anyways. I ordered full alloy, I believe it was 90mm shocks, and we'll see how the 90s do, but if we have a problem, of course, you can always drop it down to 80s. I want to get this thing set up a lot like an SCX-10, so I really would like to get this thing down about here, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. It's kind of my goal of what I'm going after. And that's, well, from there, yeah, that's about a 10mm drop right there, plus the weight of the truck should take me down about another 4mm. Should be just about perfect, I think. So yeah, so there are our Super Swampers installed on these really nice heavy aluminum rims, and yeah, that definitely added some beef to the truck. That's good because we need bottom weight, right? That's definitely going to help, especially crawling up steep areas. I still got to change my bumpers. I know that. We'll get to that eventually. Anyhow, so remember, if you have a problem where these rims, no matter what truck you're using them on, if these rims, the hole is too tight, drill it to the size of hole that is actually in your stock wheel. Okay, now my stock wheels are 5/32. That's what I drilled them out to. These holes are pre-drilled at 9/64. Okay, so that's very important to make sure that you just give that, it's just a little buzz of metal. That's all it is, but it's enough that it's the difference between getting them on and off easy or fighting with them, and that's what you don't want to do. I'm not going to call that a factory defect. I mean, you know, it's just something that happened. As far as the tires not being installed properly for directional type tires, well, that's whoever installed these. It does not take more than like 8 minutes to swap them. It's not a big deal, okay? But it is very important, no matter what tire tread pattern you're going with, if they are directional, make sure that your treads follow the direction all the same to what they need to go. Now, of course, that is going to depend a lot on you, whether you want the tread going one direction or the other, but whatever direction that you do choose, your fronts and backs need to be all the same so that it all has to flow right. Otherwise, yeah, traction is going to suck, and so will your driving skills. And you won't be able to grab rocks properly either. So that's another thing. So that all has to be balanced right. But anyways, so that's the tires and rims. Even though these have pisser holes in the rims, that's fine. It's not that hard to plug them if you really wanted to bad enough. I'm going to leave them the way they are. At least for now anyway. But I like how heavy these are. These have some really nice weight to them. You know, so that's actually kind of cool. And like I said, the truck does feel a lot beefier now too, which is good. Between that and the new motor upgrade, got suspension coming, a few other mods yet to go, and we'll have ourselves a really sick truck. That actually, even just like that, it does actually sit down a little more lower, so that's good. I'm liking this. Yeah, so not a bad deal for 50 bucks. Check out what Banggood's got. They don't have an enormous supply of different rims and tires, but they do have quite a bit, especially for, you know, SCX 10s, and these are HSP stock tires. They do have TRX stuff as well. You know, not that anything specific when it comes to tires and rims, but look how squashy these things are. Like, that's disgusting how squishy that is. Like, that's way too soft, right? And the treads, well, the treads aren't too bad, I suppose, but, you know, they could be a lot better, that's for sure. So, hey, it's ready to run tires. You know, what do you want for ready to run tires? Sometimes you get great stuff, like my Losi came with super swappers. Mine and my wife's Gen 8s came with super swappers. They're great tires. The stock Traxxas tires in the TRX aren't bad, but I went to a different brand. They're like a Chinese brand. So far, they're proven to be pretty good. And I am going to be changing them eventually to something different, but we'll see how these super swappers do on the HSP next time we have that out, because I know what they're like on the Gen 8s already, and I know what they're like on the Losi, so hopefully we get some good improvement here on the HSP as well, because it needs a little bit of help. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and staying patient. Catch you on the next one.